just met the shipmaster and did that thing?
I think it's gates to leave the town. We don't know where the manor is.
I know exactly where the manor is. They told me.
Well, yeah, it's west, but like I don't think we've gone to the like we haven't found the manor yet.
Character went off by himself to find it while you guys were doing something else. I think you all went to the dockmaster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just wandering west out of town?
Yeah, they told me exactly where it was. It's west in the rich district, and then the person described whatever it looked like.
I
So
don't remember them describing what it looked like.
I don't either.
I do, but
Frank.
if you want me to walk mostly west, I can. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me.
I remember them telling you it was west. I don't remember them telling you a description because I don't have a description of the man. That is the only way I can tell you that I don't believe they haven't because I don't have a description of it.
You said it was west near the rich part of like where the rich stuff was.
Yes. If you want, in 2 minutes you'll discover that there's more than one manor out there. So you could sit in front of a manor's gates, but not necessarily the correct manor's gates. If you would like to do, like, for the sake of this, a percentile to see if you pick the right one, we can. But there's been no clear indication on which manor is theirs in particular.
Okay, well, I'll go to the rich houses, find any creature that I can talk to, and ask them which house belongs to the Xantos family. So,
Sure. The rest of you were at the gatehouse. Acreus had, or at the dockmaster's office. Acreus has a head start. What are the four of you doing after this?
We had resolved to just go out and case the place, right?
Yeah, we're going west.
Sure. So, you all leave town, or you start leaving the western gates and start heading out into a central valley. Acreus, when you are going out there, what did you post? Just space?
I clicked the mage armor button to eat the slot.
See mage armor. I just see a space.
You don't see mage armor?
I see mage armor.
Same.
Okay, well this is weird. I'll reload this. Hit it again.
Fine.
Just hit the display and tabletop.
I'll just unclick the button.
Yeah, it's not displaying for me. This will be fun.
Not
Displaying for me, actually. I see a bunch of blanks.
Try testing.
refreshing.
Try typing in chat, Frank. Do you see your own chat and not ours?
I see yours. I also see mine.
Weird. Do you see L's?
Yeah. That's strange. Let me just close out and reopen. Anyway, you start heading over in that general direction that they provided you with. You come across a number of estates. Something that you really wouldn't have expected to see in this drab town. What seemed like a very poor area. A number of relatively large estates. And a number of kind of coming passers-by, people standing out in front of their individual gatehouses to each individual manor. It's actually rather busy. There we go. Just had to close. I had to close Chrome.
okay. I'll go up to any person that looks like they're here or have been here or live here.
Sure, just like the first general person.
Yeah, as long as it's not doesn't look like it's a random poor person walking through. Someone who looks like they live in this general area.
Well, there's a guy who's passing The first available individual is a man passing by with a cart with boxes on it.
A man passing by. I'm gonna yell Ed and see if he turns first of all.
He does not turn.
Does he again? Does he not look like a random poor person walking through town?
Kind of looks like a laborer.
Okay. I'll go up and say, excuse me.
Hmm.
Do you know this general area?
Yeah, but I've been working here most of my life.
Do you know which one of these houses belongs to Lord Xantos?
Who's asking?
I am. I have to meet him for something.
Give me persuasion on this.
Oh, okay.
Are you so are you supposed to be one of the some of the entertainment? Is that what you're supposed to be?
Not exactly. I have to meet him to talk to him about something.
It's gonna be. I wasn't aware he was taking any business today, seeing as how he's preparing for his seasonal party. He's Manners 3 down on this side, on the right side here.
All right. Thank you, sir. What's your name again?
I didn't give you my name.
What's your name again?
Mosley.
Mosley. Okay, thank you. And then I'm just gonna head off to whatever he described.
All right. As the four of you are walking due west, you see Mosley come walking in your general direction. This is the first person you have seen on your travels west, as it's relatively early in the morning still.
All right.
Do we see any
Sure.
manners?
You start to see a number of them cresting the hill.
I don't think I'm hailing this dude.
Nah,
No,
I
let's
think we
just keep walking.
keep walking. We'll keep an eye out for Acreus as we go.
Right. As you walk by him, he kind of lifts his head up and he says, "Hail." He just walks on by.
I nod. I'm currently in my undead form.
I remember you being in one. Yes.
Yeah, so I refresh it every
How
now
long
and then
does
as
this
needed.
last?
An hour, so I'm
I'm
refreshing it whenever.
assuming you're refreshing
Yeah.
it incrementally, so that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So as the four of you kind of keep walking, you start to see an extravagant manor to your left, then to your right, then again to your left, then your right, and so on and so forth. And it really seems like you're really not. You don't feel like you're in Adonis anymore. This feels like a complete separate, really part of Theros. It's very different from, I guess, the rundown city and like the urchins that kind of roam around Adonis, and the rather dilapidated buildings and state of the city itself. It almost feels like it's sunnier and warmer on this part of the town.
Okay.
Just a general better place to be.
Yeah, it seems like it's a rich get richer kind of situation.
Do we see the crest of House Xantos on any of these very nice looking mansions?
No. Not from what you can see.
I think we walk down the full block of manors until we get to the end and just sort of keep an eye out for people, symbols, flags.
Should
Well-
we be worried about Acreus yet, guys?
Yeah, we should.
You ever stopped worrying about Acreus?
Where is he?
Well, if you keep walking along this row, you will eventually reach Acreus.
Well, I figure
How
he usually ends up ahead of us, so probably around here somewhere.
I have to ask, how is Acreus? Is Acreus standing in front of this manor, or is Acreus kind of nonchalantly like walking around? How is Acreus approaching this situation?
I'm approaching the manor.
So you're just gonna walk right up?
Yeah, unless I see like an armed guard about to like assault me if I walk by. But yeah, unless I see some obvious danger, like please don't do this or you'll get killed. I'm gonna go to the manor.
You're gonna see some relative danger.
What am I seeing?
Here, let me pull up my NPC and then move them out. Oh, I need to add you guys here too. Ignore the fact that it's somewhat nighttime.
Okay.
You are at the bottom half of this.
Oh, this is nice.
This is the front gate.
What thing?
You see
the
a
front-
guard. You see a guard
outside.
standing in front of the front gate.
Frank, did
I'm
you
gonna
just
go-
cut off part of the map? Oh,
It
there we go.
should
No,
be.
I just got it. It was my when I zoom in at a certain area, it cuts off the
I
bottom.
walk up to the guard.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, hello, this is Lord Xantos's manor, correct?
Yes.
I am part of the entertainment. So I need to go inside.
I'm gonna need to see some type of identification.
I don't have any identification, but I was told that this is the house and I'm the entertainment for the evening.
No identification. No entrance. Just how it is.
Okay.
You're gonna need to go get your troop and go find some form of identification. No entrance otherwise.
Okay. I'll start walking away.
Sorry, we didn't see Acreus yet. We're still walking up, right?
If you keep walking along this road, you will find him. It's just a question of
Timing.
where Acreus is when you find him.
Got you.
So if he was talking to this guard, that's one thing. If he's like kind of nonchalantly like leaning up against a sign or like sitting on the ground somewhere, that's another thing. But Acreus approached the manor. So the rest of you kind of show up eventually. Just put your tokens down.
All right. So this is where Acreus is. I see him here.
Uh,
I don't see anyone.
Yes,
on
so-
here. Oh, I see. Never mind. I had to zoom out.
bottom side. So the rest of you will end up reaching Acreus shortly after his conversation with the guard, as it were. And now you can all generally see the manor, the estate here. Surrounded by walls, guard towers, relatively almost militant in presence compared to the rest of the the rest of the estate surrounding you. You wouldn't really think much less from what you know to be a notable shipping magnate / merchant
Right.
magnate here on Theros.
All right. Well, certainly seems to fit the bill.
Yeah, this is the well, I'm gonna look over my shoulder and see this guard and go over here and be like, this is the house. They're having a party. Frank, you said, did you say tonight or tomorrow? When what did this?
Mosley said tonight.
Yeah, he's having a party tonight. And the guard said no one's allowed in without identification or some sort of invitation. So,
Did we end up forging the invitation? I don't remember.
I suggested it, and we all decided not to.
Okay.
So, what do you guys want to do? Because if we had that fucking invitation, we could get in, but we don't.
We did just get to witness a nice, pristine, legitimate document a little while ago, though.
We did. I'm gonna turn to Zelkos. How are your forgery skills?
Not too. I mean, I'm good at coming up with words. My dexterity is fine, but I'm no calligraphist.
Well, why don't you give me the words and I'll do my best at this. We might be able to put together a working invitation between the two of us. If it doesn't work, we can always just fall back on my actual identity.
Yeah, I mean, if our cover story is a noble and his entertainer, we could maybe do. I mean, did you ever? I feel like that's the best way to break into a fancy place is pretend you're a servant or entertainment. I mean, do we know anything that's going on in the next few hours here? If he has any business, right? Did you ever hear anything, Acarius?
No, he's having a party tonight. That's about it.
That's perfect. I mean, unless they're already expecting entertainment under a different name.
I already tried going in once, and he said he believed that was entertainment. He just said no one's allowed in unless you have an invitation. So if you just show the paper, I think he'll just let you in.
Zelkos, maybe what we should do is you and I will collaborate to forge this invitation, and then you will be the ringmaster, and we will be the circus.
My only concern is if the guard knows what troop to keep an eye out for, and we have a letter saying we're some other troop.
He doesn't, or else that guard would have yelled at me and told me you're not the entertainment when I asked to go in.
I mean, he
All
might.
he said was invitation.
Yeah, I kind of want to go with the plan of being a noble invited, and we're just your retinue.
Retinue? Okay, yeah, you can try and do that. I will probably not be as persuasive as you are, though.
I mean, you could be I could be your like your major domo or
Your
something.
seneschal? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and you could just be the quiet reserved noble.
No problem. All right, let's try for that then. So, Frank, what kind of checks do we have to make for forging this document?
I'm a very eloquent bard.
I'm thinking.
Also, I'll turn to Candace and say, "Do you have any paper?"
I do. I have paper. I am a proficient calligrapher. It's a bit of a hobby of mine.
So, do any of you have a what is it? A calligraphy kit?
I have calligrapher supplies. Yes. That is my
Sure.
proficiency of choice from
Guess-
soldier.
A deck check or a dex check or something? I don't even know.
So I'm thinking this is going to be a somewhat difficult forgery. Because I go along with me on this one. We're gonna talk this one through. Simple forgery would be something along the lines of like signing a name, correct? Yep. Whereas like you are forging an entire document.
That's right.
So this is more than just like signing a name, going off that. So this is going to be somewhat difficult. I'm thinking you're probably going to need to use some type of dex check plus a proficiency. We could also go with I guess we could also go with a persuasion if we would rather do something like that, but I feel like this is going to take some level of dexterity to make sure that you like have proper management there of your hand. So
And I would aid him and by like helping him talk through. I mean, you could just flavor it that way, right? It's like he's doing the dexterity part, and I'm giving him
You will
advantage from
not be
talking him
needing to
through.
aid him. I will be
Oh.
tossing a 16 at his
And
head.
I'm also going to inspire him as he's doing it.
All right.
sure.
I'm just picturing this old man sitting down trying to forge this letter with like cheerleaders all around him.
So with a 16 thrown at you, give me a dex with
With proficiency, right?
Yep.
And add 2 to
All right.
it.
So that would be my
22.
dex is my proficiency is +2. No.
give me your dex check plus,
plus
your
3, right?
proficiency, and then we'll.
All right. I have a +2 for dex, and then what does proficiency do?
+3.
Plus 3.
My proficiency is +3, so I have a +5 with plus 16, so I have a 21.
To 23.
So 23.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Bardic Inspiration you roll for, right?
Yeah, I accidentally hit the roll button.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh.
I guess you could roll if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll my Bardic Inspiration. I don't want.
Yikes.
It's your inspiration. Okay, well,
You should
you
take a
get a
fucking
22.
2.
No. He said he was gonna roll it.
I
and
did
he
say
takes
it's a
the
22.
one. He takes the 1.
Amazing. So are you signing? Is the invitation to Canathos or to some made up noble?
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, I hear this and say, just say it's Canathos. That card has no fucking idea who we are.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
guard will look at it and say, okay, Lord Canathos.
you'll have an easier time pretending to be yourself.
That's true.
For the sake of this, hold on. For the sake of
Yes.
I recognize this in.
I'm scared.
put yourselves at the back table. You probably don't want to be doing this in front of a manor, am I right?
Well, we probably would have gone the. I guess this is
tried
easier
to
than the boat.
but I didn't really see room to move.
We also need something to write on
Yeah.
as well.
Table? No, I'm just forging freehand.
I refuse to believe you're able to create that good of a document by using poggles of shell, like as a paper spell.
There might be a potentially flat spot on it.
There isn't.
Okay. Yeah, so we're forging this thing. We have a 22.
Sure.
I can turn
So
into a table.
I don't think you can turn it to a
What?
table.
Okay.
After what seems like an excruciating amount of time of just penmanship and just measuring and making sure everything looks perfect on this page, you lift up the paper and you see this immaculate invitation signed or directed towards the magnanimous Lord Canathos of House Badger.
Alright. Then I'm gonna seal it up carefully, and I'm gonna give it to Zelkos and say, "You're my seneschal. If you don't know what that means, you're doing all the talking."
I mean,
I'll
Alex
raise my-
doesn't know what it means, but I'm sure Zelkos would. There we go. I see
The
it.
steward or major domo of a medieval
Yep.
great house.
Just googled it. Well, you might want to change your cloak to your colors then.
And I will do that, and I will sort of stand up straight again. I've kind of been slouching and huddling because I'm trying to hide myself in this town. But now I'm doing my best to look the part.
I'm gonna go to the outhouse, and then I'm gonna come back in as just one of any one of like the servants I recognized at Canthos' estate that looked like better dressed. So that attire.
Okay. Give me a Canathos, are there only humans that work at your estate?
Um,
Or are you an equal opportunity accurate?
I'm an equal
Or not
opportunity
accurate,
of like
I probably would have been a human though, if there were more humans there.
realistically
be.
for Akros, the only thing I could have would be like a random Minotaur or like a random Leonid because they don't really have.
As an actor, I can pull off human. I can walk like a human.
Sure.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
Yes, Akros.
So that document looks good, and I think we'll be fine getting inside. What the hell are we doing once we're inside?
I think we mingle if it's a party. Just
I'm gonna
get more
yeah,
information.
I'm gonna let you guys know. You won't see me for the rest of the night, probably.
Yeah, I think we want you to go hide and find information.
Right, I'll be okay, and you'll be okay because you can talk to people. I'm worried about these other 3 people.
Well, you mean the bodyguards? The strong and silent bodyguards?
One of which can turn himself into a small animal. Another of which can turn himself invisible and walk out the front door.
Assuming they don't have. Oh, shoot.
Am
magical
I the
wards.
third one you're worried about?
Yes, because when you have to start talking to people, I think it might get a little scary.
You know,
Ah,
change of plans. Zelkos is going to be himself, but he is going to change his attire.
Yeah.
So
I
that
like
way, if
that
someone
more anyway.
detects my magic, they're like, oh, yeah, of course he's using a glamour. But he's himself.
As long as you 3 think you can hold a conversation with some royalty in there and not get caught. I think
Lord Canathos does not talk.
What happens when a noble comes up and says, I don't recognize you, and extends his
Then
hand?
then
I
Corin
don't recognize
Balin,
the
his
nobility.
seneschal, will speak for him.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna be
don't
together.
recognize the nobility of lesser provinces.
Oh, that's right. I didn't realize you 2 were going to be together all night. That's fine.
I'm gonna protect Canathos in word.
And then, yeah, Poggles and Valtos can certainly be part of my retinue as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Poggles turning to an animal puts us on a clock. Does it not?
I don't think we need to hasten that. I think.
I think that's more of an escape strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we need to get out, I'll charm as many people as I can at once, and then everyone else scatters.
I'm sure being a purveyor of exotic beings will only aid my status.
Good
So you're
point. And you
saying
have money on you, right? You can always just show your money, and people won't ask you any questions.
Yes, that I do have that.
All right. Let's go.
Wait, what time's the party? We don't want to arrive too early.
Yeah, I think we just want to keep an eye out.
Yeah, the guy just said it's tonight. I mean, we can just wander around the rich part of town until we see people head to the manor.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Just given the length of journey we're taking to attend this function, I'm sure some margin of error is understandable.
Yes.
Also-
we won't be seen as important, and showing up early would be.
Well,
Oh, certainly.
another interesting thing to note is if all the invitations are the same except ours, would we rather try to present ours in the middle of everything or at the start of everything?
I think you can present it to him when he's feeling very overwhelmed with a million guests waiting to come in. And if he makes a stink, you can just be like, how dare you insult me? And blah, 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 blah.
Also, let's not forget we have some crates that may prove useful one way or another.
If we want to, say we're here for business?
If we need validation of our acquaintanceship or anything like that.
Yeah, I hope they don't recognize my glasses, but I'm going to keep them on anyways.
The stunner shades. Alright.
I'm gonna.
All of this is no plan survives contact with the enemy, so let's
I'm
do
gonna
the
take
best
an
we can.
hour and switch my familiar. You guys can do whatever.
Alright.
Okay. So I just want to be clear with this, because we're doing an operation. This is
Yeah.
an operation.
Oh yeah.
Zelkos is the seneschal to Lord Canathos,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
so Zelkos should be doing most of the talking, if not all of the talking.
Yes.
Zelkos, you currently look like yourself, but you're wearing magical clothing. Correct.
Yeah, so like I still have my rapier on my side. I still have like my pan flute as well. And then like my cloak is all my tires that like black and what was it, black and yellow? Is that your house colors?
Yep.
Yeah, and so I'm very much styled in such a way where people can tell. Like, if someone saw detect magic on me, they would be like, "Oh yes, of course. They're just someone using their glamours. It's fine," and they wouldn't like care or make a big deal of it. Or if they forced me to go out of it, I would change and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you can turn that back on." And I'd be like, "Thank you," and turn it back on.
Sure. Okay.
So I'm essentially his bodyguard and seneschal.
Yep. And then Poggles and Valtos will also be bodyguards.
Okay. Got it. Acreus, you are effectively going to be doing what you do best, correct?
As we get inside the house, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace and wander around and see no one for the rest of the night.
Sure. Is there anything else you would all like to do before just waiting until the party?
Go check. Are we in this bar right now? I'm gonna go check on Griftus to see if he's alive upstairs.
I
Because we
think
have an hour to kill, right?
also, well, potentially hours. I think I'd want to scope like the nearby area. So I'd probably transform into just like random dock worker I've never seen in this town before, and with some random modifications that I made up, and then just sort of like keep passing by and transforming into different people, and just sort of like patrolling that street as a different individual.
We will also need to stow our gear at the boat.
That's true. So I'll keep just my pan flute.
You're not going in armed?
We're going in
My-
armed, but like backpack and
Yeah, that's a
600
good
feet
point.
of
That's
rope
smart.
and
Yeah, I'm a man of Acro, so I'm bringing my sword.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm ditching
Well, we
most
won't
of my
have, like,
stuff.
the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm
it's gonna
not-
look really
yeah.
fucking screwy with a backpack full of garbage.
Yes,
coming
no,
into
I'm
the middle of
not
the
carrying around my bag.
Yeah, my cook's utensils are a little bit much.
I'll be bringing my money, my armor, and my sword.
Yeah, I actually have fine clothing. I forgot I had that as an actor. So I will go to the boat, put on my fine clothing, and then just like switch it to a black and yellow
Yep.
color scheme. And maybe make it a little fancier so it looks like we just couldn't afford the good stuff, and I magic it up.
Okay. So let's say you guys do you stow all of your necessary stuff. That won't be an issue. Let's go through what you wanted to do, Zelkos, which was basically go to the manor and like case the joint, correct?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be patrolling back and forth on that street, trying to see the other folks come. Because I think we established we want to wait till there's like a line or there's, other folks. So I want to be able to. The moment we see people showing up with invitations, I want to go and also try. At that moment, I'll try to spot the invitation because if it looks completely different from ours, we might need to go make a new one. Yeah, so it'll be like walk down the street, go into an alleyway, turn into someone else, walk down the street, and then just keep reporting back to the party.
Does anyone else want
pass.
to go with Zelkos and case the joint, quote unquote?
Yes, me.
Okay. Anyone else as well, or are we just going to do two?
I won't. I figure I should keep a low profile.
What time did they say the party was? Like, is it evening?
They
Night?
didn't. They just
The
said
good
at night.
person just said tonight.
Tonight. Okay. Well, I'm going to have an owl familiar then for the time being.
Poggles, Charles,
Oh.
you were AFK for a bit, so here's what's gonna fill you in on what's going on. Zelkos and Acreus are going back to the manor to case the joint, like give it a look over. Valtos is changing out his familiar, and Canathos is taking a breather, composing himself before he has to go be the lord that he is this evening. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yep, no, I hate this stuff, but yep.
Okay. do you want to participate in any of that? Is there? Do you want to join for the casing? Do you want to do something separate?
I
what
don't
do
need
you
to do anything separate. I don't think I can case the joint.
You can do
I'm
whatever
not
you want. It doesn't have
I'm
to be
not the
one of
most
those.
stealth person. No, it's totally okay.
Well, if there's something that you want to do that I didn't mention or that hasn't been done or stated already, then
No,
you
I've
should
been.
feel free to do so.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just listening. Puggles is content just hanging with Valthos as he summons his familiar.
Okay. Okay, so I'll move you. I will move you over to the manor. And then, for the sake of it, I'm going to put all of the people who are currently participating in casing over here in the corner, so I don't have to pull a math one later. In fact, here.
Weapon?
Oh God.
Ah!
I'm on a black screen, Frank.
We've been here many times before.
There you go. And I'll hide those guys in that little box. Okay. The general look of the manor hasn't necessarily changed at all. There's still a guard up front. There's still a single guard on each guard tower. And besides that, it doesn't seem like there's really anything different about what's going on here from when you were here earlier. At least from what you can tell.
Does it look like guests are rolling up or not at all?
No.
Okay. Zelkos, you're in Zelkos form right now, right? Just so I can.
No, I'm like random dock worker number 3.
Random dock worker number 3. Go talk to that guy. I want to go walk into here and see what's in here.
Do you want me to talk to him or want me to make a distraction?
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
All right. Frank, are there any alleyways nearby I can hide in?
Yes, for the sake of this, let's say there are.
Okay. I'm going to go into one of those alleyways, and I'm going to minor illusion right here. Minor illusion only has 30-foot range, so if I can't do that, I will do a different thing. Minor illusion right here to just make like a loud bird noise of whatever birds I've heard in the area. I guess a seagull.
Right here?
Yeah. So that hopefully he will turn that way and look at it.
Sure. So, yeah, the guard turns to face that general direction, and he kind of like puts his hand on his sword.
And I'll just I'll keep casting it like around that general area for a few seconds to keep his attention on it. And make it almost sound like it's on the other side of the wall.
So you're going in here, correct?
Yeah, I want to see what this is. I don't even know what it is.
It's probably stables.
Yeah, so that is a stable. You currently don't see any horses or anything the like in there, but you do see this guy.
What does it look like? Does it look like that?
This looks like a skeleton.
Does he look like he sees me, or he's angry, or he's... What does he look like?
This looks like a skeleton that currently has a bucket of water in its hands. and then proceeds after it has its bucket of water in its hands to dump the bucket back into this. What the fuck was that? Okay, someone's yelling in my house. Proceeds to dump the bucket of water in here, and then start walking in your direction.
I'll step out and be like, hello?
It doesn't talk to you.
It just keeps walking?
Keeps walking.
Okay.
It walks through a door right here.
And when you say door, you mean a closed door, right? Or do you mean...
It is a closed door. It opens the door and it walks on through. And then it closes the door again.
Okay. I go to open the door.
It is not locked.
Okay.
You see the skeleton continue walking.
Wait, sorry. Right now, where's Alex's character? Just so I understand.
You were off over here, right? Like in an alley, quote unquote.
This is Zelkos. Where's your character?
Yeah, I was like in an alleyway, I guess like 30 feet away from this point where I could just sort of like cast it without anyone seeing me.
Do any of these look like crates or
We're gonna
one
do this
barrel?
too. Yeah, Zuckles, you are down here.
Frank, what are these?
These look like barrels.
I open a barrel. I open a barrel to see if any of them are empty.
They have seed in them. And hay.
Okay.
A standard fare of things you would find on a farm.
I am going to take one with hay, pour all the hay in here where there's already hay, put it back, and then get inside it and put the lid on.
Get inside the barrel? Okay.
Yeah, put the lid on and just wait.
All right, after about 3
This
minutes.
is a pathway. What I just put down is the extended pathway.
Cool. Yeah, from after like 3 minutes or so, if I haven't seen him, I'm gonna just transform into a different person and just start doing my patrols. And probably after this patrol, report back to the squad and say, "Well, I think Acrius must have made it in or something, because he asked me to make a distraction near the stables and didn't see him a few minutes later. So let's assume he's either in danger or in the manor."
All right. Well, gods watch over him and all that.
Yeah, I try to watch over him, but it's hard. So the gods will have to. And then, all right, I'll do a few more patrols. I'll let you know when guests are arriving.
All right.
And I head out.
Sure. Say you're over there. If you're on another patrol, you spot a cart. It is coming up to the manor. The guy with the cart walks up to the guard.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get a good view of what's going on here.
Walks up to the guard. And they start talking with each other, and after a short period of time, he walks back to the cart. If you would like to eavesdrop, give me some type of perception. Give me a perception.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah, you kind of hear them like mumbling to each other, and then the guard kind of points over here. Actually, no, sorry, he points over in this direction, and the guy gives like a nod, goes back to his cart, and he starts walking his cart this direction, and then up the road over here.
Oh, there's a road going around the manor?
It's not really so much an advertised road, but it's very much it's worked ground.
So
You can
it
tell
looks like it's probably their private road.
yes.
Okay.
And he starts walking his cart around that direction.
Okay, I'll make sure to report that in my next end of my next patrol.
Besides that, nothing really exciting occurs here.
I share that information with Poggles, Valtos, and Kennethos.
All right. That a noble came over and talked to this guy.
What did the person look like? Were they looking noble or noble like, worker like?
This was like a pack mule.
Nah, it's more of like a pack mule. So
Oh.
no guests yet.
All right, maybe more preparation for the party.
Most likely, especially if they suspect they're not doing business today. But yep. Anything I should keep in mind for this next patrol?
No, I think really when guests start to visit, when guests start to enter, we should start seeing about getting out there.
All right. I see Macarius has not reported back.
No.
All right, and I head out. I'll just keep doing that until we know guests are arriving.
Right.
Mark, how long has it been since I heard motion or voices outside this barrel?
A while.
I'm gonna get out of the barrel.
You've been in this barrel for like an hour.
Well,
Probably
I'm gonna get
a
out
little-
as soon as it feels like no one is moving or in this jet, like talking. Like, you know what I mean? Like when it seems like the coast is clear, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Sure. So, I guess give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I was gonna make one as soon as I get out. With advantage, 25.
So you get out. You climb out of this barrel. You take a look left. You take a look right. Seems like nobody's around.
Okay. I am going to try to go around the perimeter of the mare to see if there is like an open window somewhere. It doesn't need to be on this story, but in general, if there is an open window.
So as you're kind of walking around, you eventually reach. I will move you just a little. Eventually reach right about here, and you can see there is a window here, where I am pinging.
First floor, second floor, third floor.
This looks like it's on the first floor.
Like where I can go into it, or I'll need to use rope trick, is what I'm trying to ask here.
Oh, this is. I mean, it's it's taller than you are, but that's not hard. You could like climb into it.
Okay. I will climb into it, and I'll start climbing, and as soon as I get really close, I'm gonna see if I can hear someone on the inside, and then if no one's there, I'm going in.
Sure. So you get close, and give me a perception check. You do not have advantage on this?
No.
Sure. You do hear murmuring coming from the other side of the wall. You do hear people clearly talking. You cannot make out what they're saying, though.
Okay, but it sounds like they're right there, right?
Yes, it sounds like they are, at the very least, in that hallway. Or in one of the adjacent rooms.
Okay. I'm gonna go Is this an open door or a closed door?
Fence, but fence into, yeah, a open door.
Okay, I'm gonna go in here and take a look around, and I'm basically trying to kill time here so you can pan back to the other guys.
There's a skeleton in there.
Okay, I'm going to assume this is just like the other one, and just watch what he's doing for a few seconds to see what he's doing.
He is stringing a bow.
I will leave him to his business and keep going around the northern half of the manor. Sorry, I'm picking the wrong spot, but like, yeah.
Sure. Jumping back to Zelkos. When you're doing one of your rounds, a human-looking man, a living-looking man,
Uh-oh.
walks up to the guard. First time you've seen anyone walk up to this guard and pull out a piece of paper, show it to them, and then the guard looks at them, looks over the piece of paper, and says, right this way, right this way. And the guy kind of nods and says, thank you, and walks through the front gate.
Does he look like a real deal? Like, what did the guy look like?
He looks like he's wearing a cloak, a greenish cloak, and he's carrying what looks like a cane or a walking stick of some kind.
Right.
He didn't really seem... What is your idea of a noble? What is Zelkos's idea of what a noble looks like?
Norwegian.
I guess I haven't. He's gone all around the peninsula of whatchamacallit. The what's the city state called?
Miletus?
Yeah. He's been all up and down that peninsula. So I guess just like the fanciest dressed people in there, and like
This
he's been
man
an actor.
looks very drab. He looks like
okay.
he's wearing like almost gray, like a greenish grayish rags almost as a cloak. But he walked in with the perceived invitation.
What did I get any bit of a glance at the invitation? Was it like nice flowing script like ours, or is it just like
Protection.
okay? And then also, where is that piece of paper now?
It was on his. He retrieved it from the guy, or from the guard.
Right. Wait. He gave it to the guard. Guard gave it back to him.
Gave it to the guard, and the guard handed it back to him.
I see. Okay.
The only thing that you could make out on that invitation, as compared to yours, is at the very top there looked to be a symbol that was well, it was the House Xantos symbol at the very top.
Okay. And I have a pretty good recollection of what that looks like, right?
You
Yes.
saw the seal.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna finish up this patrol and head back and explain that to Canthos so we can start working on adding that.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I'll make a minor illusion of the symbol for Canthos to sort of like refer to.
Right. Same check, Frank. New check.
You could use the same check. It's fine.
All right.
Thank God you don't want the other one.
Back over to Acrius. When you get to up here, you can see that there's a gate over here, up north. It's very clearly looks as if it's a service entrance.
Opened or closed?
It looks like it's barred shut.
I'm not gonna fuck with that. I'm going to go by it.
Pass
Wow.
by.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by quietly.
You don't really make out anything else of note over here.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going around. What is this? What does this look like to me?
That looks like it almost looks like a separate house to you. It looks like it's a separate addition, not connected to the house or anything like that. Door closed.
Do I see any windows around it or no?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to it and listen. Do I hear stuff on the other side?
Perception.
What is the rule of taking 10, just so I understand?
You can take 10 when you aren't like under duress and you're not like no when nobody's like attacking you or nobody's like having you under pressure.
Okay. I roll a 19 total.
Yes, you hear someone on the other side. It sounds like they're praying. You can make out them praying to Athreos, to Phaenax, to Crufix, and those are the three gods that you hear them essentially praying to.
Alright. I am not gonna fuck with that at all. What is this? Just a door?
The window.
I'm going to crawl up to the window and see, do I hear people?
No.
Is the window closed? Open?
It's closed. It's not really an open flowing window, but it's closed.
Can I try to open the window? I don't know if that's even something I can do.
Well, you go to open the window and you can. This is clearly locked. Do you have any means of like picking a lock?
Yeah, I'm proficient at these tools and all that. So it's Dex plus proficiency, right? $23.
You are able to pick this lock.
Okay. I pick it and go into the house.
Okay.
And then you can cut back to them if you want to jump back in a sec.
Zelkos, go.
Yeah, I'm just continuing patrols, waiting for guests to. Well, I guess one guest has shown up, and so I want to wait till a second one shows up, see if I can get another look at another letter, see if we can improve ours at all.
Yeah, another guest shows up.
All right, I'll sort of slow my gait and see if I can spot the invitation.
Sure. Give me. Give me a perception with advantage on this.
13.
Yeah, you make out pretty much what you made out before.
So I'm feeling pretty good about our invitation.
You're feeling pretty good about it. It seems like really the main selling point here is the house family seal at the top.
Okay. Okay.
And you can make out the guard say, "Ah, Lord Garkul, very nice to see you." And he like nods. He doesn't really say anything, and he walks through.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head back to the party and say, all right, I think it's time. I'll explain that whole interaction and say, are we ready?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're not gonna have Acreus.
Oh, and what was that guy's name, Frank?
Garkul.
Garkul. And what do you look like?
He looked. Oh, the wrong chat. In the Theros chat. He looked like this.
So big undead.
Big undead.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Let's go.
I will reveal your air.
Yeah, and I guess once we're how far are we from the tavern?
From the tavern?
Yeah.
Probably about like 30-minute walk.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 10 minutes as we're at the tavern. I'll say, give me 10 minutes before we go, and I'll ritual summon my unseen servant,
Okay.
so that way I've got about 30 minutes left on it when we hit the entrance.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast detect magic before we get up to the mansion.
Before you get up to the mansion? Okay.
Before we get up to the mansion, so they can't see me casting and whatnot.
And then when we get there, I will pull out the invitation, and I will say, presenting Corin Balin and his retinue, or presenting that's me. I'm presenting Canathos, Lord Canathos of House Badger, and present the invitation.
This is your lineup.
Lads, yeah.
Okay. Detect magic's 30 feet, and it runs up to 10 minutes. When do you start
Yep.
casting it?
Like 40 seconds ago on the way up.
Got it. Nothing's magic. I will let you know when you detect something that is.
Okay.
The guard looks at you, and he looks down at your invitation. He grabs it from your hands, reads it over. Okay. I gotta do the thing.
He's got to beat a 22.
Uh,
If we lose by one, I'm gonna be so sad.
Hold on. This guard's getting a 4.
He
A
cannot win. He cannot beat on his investigation.
big
He
portents.
looks- you are out of portents for the
I
day,
am
yes?
out of points for the day.
This is a very dangerous spot for you to be.
I'll be fine. I'll run away if things get bad.
Okay.
No, you won't. You can't leave Lord Canathos like that. You made a promise.
Drag his ass out.
Yeah, fly on both out.
Got it. The guard looks down, he looks at you, and he says, Lord Canathos, was it?
Yes, that is Lord
Nod
Canathos.
to- Yeah, Douglas.
He says, oh, it's kind of... I wasn't speaking to you, son, as he looks at you, Zelkos, and he motions to Lord Canathos. Please enter, by all means. And this is your... Might you explain who your retinue is? Looking at Lord Canathos.
I
I'm gonna.
speak on his behalf as his seneschal. I'm Corin Balin. These are his bodyguards, Poggles, McPoggles, and Valtos.
Oh, I see. Well,
Want to make sure that
I-
your estate is safe and well protected this evening.
he looks around, he says, you will find no safer place on Theros this evening, that is for certain.
Good, very good.
That being said, I'm sure Lord Canathos is aware that this is a party of +1, so I assume you as his seneschal shall be stationed with him at the dining room. And the bodyguards, as they are, will have to, they'll have to sit in a side room, as it is. Or perhaps even in the stables of sorts, but they'll be permitted to accompany you this evening, but when all's said and done, when dinner's served, we would have to ask them to step out of the room.
Very good. As long as they can hear, should we call for an alarm, then we are very, very happy with that. Thank you. Come now. We're ready.
And
I will
go on through.
I will bow and put my hand forward, letting Canathos pass
Yep.
before me before I continue on.
I'm gonna puff out my chest and walk forward a bit.
Oh,
Nod to this little man over here, the guard.
I'll follow him in.
So, upon going inside the house, you basically are immediately welcomed into what looks like a grand dining room. And you see a number of invitees here. You see. Oh, okay. Your owl, sure. You see the guy that you saw first come in with the cloak. You see the other one, Lord Garcool, as you heard him called.
Right.
Then you see a number of other nobles who you have yet to meet the acquaintance of.
Mark, are these from Fire Emblem?
Some of them
I
are,
was gonna
yes.
say they look
Yeah.
very
It's
fireable.
super fucking easy to make tokens of them. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
they are all PNGs. So I just don't have to like zoom
Yeah.
in and like only get a background or to try and like limit the backgrounds. I just plop them straight down. That's everyone I have there. Yes. So you see these individuals, kind of just mingling amongst themselves.
What's the
As well
overall
as in a
what's the overall like feeling in the room? Are these like hushed private conversations? Is it like jovial laughter? Like what's kind of like
Oh,
the
this is
mood?
some of column A, some of column B.
Okay. So
Got
Mhm.
you've got what looks like two risen individuals here, a young couple here, and two elderly men here. Worth noting, and I have yet to put them down, there is a band playing back here.
okay. All right. I think I'll look around. Which conversation seems the most like lively and open and like probably willing to accept
The young
another.
couple, as it were.
Okay. Then I think we'll slowly meander over in that direction. I'll sort of head nod to Canathos there.
I'm gonna plant my back to this wall and look like a bodyguard, just watching. Poggles is outside, by the way.
My other bodyguard. Poggles.
Lord Poggles.
All is moving.
Poggles with Poggles. Alright, so Zelkos is going up there.
And I'm gonna try to overhear any words I can as I pass them. So be
Yeah, I think I have to
slowly
be with you.
moving by. And if they look like they want to chat with us, we'll obviously stop.
Mhm.
What's the vibe check when we walk by them?
Walking by the two undead gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kind of just like watch you as you walk by. They don't. They're not really. They don't really look too keen on sparking conversation right now.
I'll just nod and it's like half nod, half bow, and say gentlemen as I walk past them.
They look at you and they kind of like provide a nod as well.
All right. And then I'll wait for these two to have a break in the conversation for them to turn to us, and then I'll say, if I may, presenting Lord Canathos of House Badger.
I'll sort of nod.
And might we inquire who you two might be? I apologize for
okay.
our lack of knowledge.
What did I name? What did I name them?
Panic.
Greek name generator.
No, I have them pre-named.
These are the
They might not
two
be
big
Greek.
bads. He has to use the actual names, or his notes will make sense.
You're telling me anime girl number 3 is a bad person?
Wait, you're telling me that these two are the big bads?
Yep.
You know something I don't?
They can't
Yep.
be the big guys. They have no magic items on them.
Oh, I should probably.
Unless
tell
they
you.
have non-detection on everything.
I should probably be telling you when you ping. Every single noble in this room pinged.
What do the items
Schools?
look like?
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Starting at the bottom, working our way up. This guy here, He has a sword on his person as well as a crown that he's wearing. Both of those ping. This guy here has a shield on his back. That pings as well.
That's Gargle.
That's Garkul. This man here has a cane / walking stick. That is pinging. This man has a sword. That is pinging. She has a book. That is pinging. And he has a book as well, which is also pinging.
It's a lot of information that we just gained. Okay.
You wish to know the schools, yes?
No, because there won't
Okay.
be schools, most likely.
What'd you say?
You can just say there's no school. It's very sad, but Alex realized that at one point.
I mean, there can be a school. You just make up
There
one that
can be a
makes more
school.
sense.
If there is a school, I would like to know it. But if there's not an actual school, then there's just-
Evocation. Evocation.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I guess technically this is one. Abjuration. Good?
Yep.
Okay. So you approach the young nobles.
Yep.
The woman approaches you and says, "Yes, hello. My name is Isha. Nice to meet you. And you are..."
Alright, I'm the Seneschal to Lord Canthos here. I'm Corin Balin.
A pleasure to meet you, Corin. It's Seneschal to... This is...
Lord
Your-
Canthos of House Badger. My he is the lord of an estate in Akros. Zelko speaks much more eloquently than I do.
Yeah. She looks back at her compatriot, her companion, and says, "Yes, I believe we've heard of House
no.
Badger. Yes." And the man speaks up and says, "Lord Varden, thank you for asking. Yes, I believe I have done business with House Badger in the past. Yes."
All good business, I hope, and on good terms.
Oh, pleasant business. Yes, yes, of course. I only ever end on pleasant terms with my with clients.
Excellent, excellent. And what might remind me? I must have forgotten. What might you be in the business? What are you in the business of?
Oh, we're in the business of livestock. Yes, we tend to trade in livestock and commodities of the sort.
Ah, of course.
Yes, cattle, goats, you name it. We tend to do a fair bit of trading in Akros. After all, their fields tend to be well in need of proper fertilization, if you know what I mean.
Of course, yes. I myself do spend quite a bit of time paying homage to Karametra, and I can appreciate a business such as yours.
Yes, after all, it's good work. It's good work worth doing.
Am I getting the feeling that this guy is like legitimately, honestly feels this, or he's just like, Psh, this is a front, and I don't really care, but this is what I tell people.
Give me that.
13.
I mean, he's. Isha sounds very, very thrilled with what's going. Canathos, you understand that this is a front.
This guy's a Bravo guy.
Yeah, this guy doesn't. He's not. Neither of them are really you can tell that both of them definitely do this business. This is definitely their business.
The livestock. Okay.
But it's not work worth doing, and it seems like it's very much a front. That what they're
Got you.
calling.
Okay.
And I assume I can't really get a read one way or the
You
other.
get a read that the guy seems a bit overzealous with trying to portray what he's saying, but Isha does not.
Okay.
I'm also just gonna see if I remember anything about this guy. Like did he introduce his house? He just said I'm X, right?
No, he just said he's Lord Varden.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and remember if I've ever done business. I wouldn't know much about it because I'm not like I don't really do the day-to-day stuff. But
You don't remember this, but also I guess with your 18, you can pick up on the fact that
That's a 27.
No, the insight.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the insight. With your 18, you could also pick up the fact that he's lying to you. He is
Yeah,
never.
he was kind of bullshitting. Yeah, okay, sure.
He's just trying to make jovial conversation.
Then, do we catch anything from what these two are talking about?
I assume you're eavesdropping technically with them. So
Yeah.
give me some type of give me a perception check.
And I'll be keeping the conversation going with these folks, just trying to like also have just as much of a bullshit conversation as they are. But like I'm also slowly trying to pick at like why they're here and how long they've been getting to deal with this family, and just like trying to slowly get information out of them while really just trying to make us seem like we belong. Also, important question for my friend Zelkos: are they attractive?
They are both remarkably attractive.
All right, he will also be casually flirting with them the entire time.
I see. Your perception check for the people across the table. Whereas Lord Varden and Isha seem to be rather jovial, young individuals, the two people across the table are very the exact opposite of that. They seem almost cranky in how they're speaking, and really just trying not to put on any sort of airs for this. You can make out them talking about recent ships that have been sunk that were carrying some of their goods, and a failed business venture. But you can't really make out much more than them just complaining about really just unfortunate happenings to them.
Okay.
The one thing that you could make out as being of any note would be this guy. He says, yes, but at the very least, Lord Xanthos' product sells in every port across Theros. And he kind of closes with that. As the other guy's like nodding in approval, as in nodding in agreement.
All right. So I'm gonna definitely take note of that. Also, we'll think about the fact that we have some of that product.
I'm wearing some of that product.
Yeah, we
on
assume
my
that that is
face.
the same product, right? I can make an int check if you want, but I'm assuming that that's what...
You can.
We have three names at this point, right?
Say again?
We have three names at this point, right?
We have Isha, Lord Varen, Lord
And
Garkle.
Garkle, sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I
This
got
one
a
was
7.
Gargoyle, right?
I don't. Do we know this guy's name?
Yeah, that's Garkle.
Just checking.
No,
That's not
this is Garkle. This is Garkle.
Oh,
That's Gargoyle? Okay.
That's Gargoyle.
Oh, right. Kane guy's the other guy.
I'm just gonna keep adding people.
The band members.
Gotta just keep adding people to that band. It's a four-parter. Continue. What were you saying?
No, just I got a 7 on my int check for the
Yeah,
product.
I mean it's. I will give you advantage on that because you are carrying some of the
Product.
product. Yeah, you can understand that this product is very clearly illicit goods.
I'm also going to make another perception check to see if I can tell any sign of Acreus. 15. Probably not.
No. But that's a good point. We can pan over to Acreus now. Acreus, it's been a couple hours now. How long have you been sitting in that hallway, or have you been moving throughout the man?
I didn't want to really sit. What I wanted to do was once I got in, cast Pass Without a Trace and go into all these rooms to see if there's anything in them.
Sure.
So I mean, we can roleplay it if you want, but I'm just gonna go room to room to room. If you want to make rolls, or just if there's nothing in there, let me know. But I'm gonna go to all these connected rooms. Not the main one, obviously, but like this one, this one, this one.
That room has a bunch of skeletons in it. They're kind of just sitting at this table, looking at each other.
Okay. I'll assume they're still just mindless servants, essentially, and say fuck that and go to the next
They
one.
do not look at in your general direction, even when you open the door.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even gonna fuck with them.
When you go into this room, oh, it's a big
Oh
boy.
my.
When you go into this room, you can see two skeletons. They're kind of like working the kitchen. One of them is cutting up what looks like vegetables of some kind. Another one is tending to the fire.
Okay. I'm gonna walk to that one. If that's a door, I don't even know.
That is a door, yes. Alright, I just had to leave. I just had to read past a bit of trade. Okay, when you go into this room, you're invisible, correct? Because of Pass Without Trace?
Pass Without a Trace gives plus 10. I can re-roll if you want. Like, I don't... I'll have plus 21 to whatever I roll if you want me to re-roll.
He's not invisible as such, though.
Yeah, unless it's like pitch black, I'm not invisible.
Sure.
I just have a ridiculously high
Why
stealth.
can I not pull up?
I put Pass Without a Trace in chat if you see that.
Yeah, I can't pull up the chat for some reason, which is now a problem.
You might just want to refresh.
Yeah, I'm gonna do so. Yeah, so I know Pass Without Trace reads the plus 10 plus 10 bonus dex to stealth. But you're technically not invisible unless you're in pitch black, right? So I'm gonna have to ask you to re-roll your stealth check here with Pass Without Trace running.
It's plus 21 with advantage. Sorry, plus 10 with advantage. So 20... No, wait.
26.
Yeah, 26. Yeah, you're right. 26, sorry.
Sure. When you walk into this back room here, you see two what looks like normal house guards. They don't really pay any mind to the door creaking open, and they're kind of in this back room talking.
Okay. I'm just going to keep the door exactly open to creak and listen for a bit to hear what they have to say.
Sure. So they're talking back and forth as they kind of are like grabbing food and compiling everything together.
All right, what do I hear?
They're saying, so do you think he's planning on showing up tonight? I mean, after all, he's a supposed to be the guest of honor, and he's supposed to be the great unveiling to these nobles. And the other one says, hell if I know. It's you know how he is. His father asks him to do one thing, and he is off on his own individual ventures and doing his own thing. So we can only hope.
Okay. And I know that's the prince just because I interact with the prince already, or the son, because I already interacted with him. Okay. I'm not gonna fuck with this room at all then. I'm going to check this thing.
Skeleton in here cleaning a toilet.
Okay. I'm gonna go listen to this door again.
You do not hear any praying.
I'm gonna open this door.
Okay. As you open that door, you see a candlelit room with an altar and what looks like a water basin. And then you see an individual facing away from you, almost like hunched over at the altar.
What does it look like to me? Does it look like a human? A
In
skeleton?
chat. This is what it looks like.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And looking in this room, I only see this weird altar with rituals, this person, and basically nothing else.
You're
Okay. Do I suspect he's from the underworld since I have such a strong relation to the underworld, or is he something totally different?
You can absolutely tell that this man is a zombie. He is arisen. He looks very, very old and decrepit from what you can make out.
An old risen, and I'm going to assume he was chanting. He was the dude doing the chanting beforehand, but I am going to take a step in.
Okay.
And I don't know how this works, but would I be able to cast Rope Trick and just go up a little bit and go into an opening, or would he like see me or hear me?
Does rope trick require you to speak anything?
Yes, it does.
Do you have to say it aloud to like?
I probably do. So
There is a
scratch-
verbal component, yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
not gonna try and like fuck with that. That's cheating. I'm going to step in and say, because I heard Phoenix prayers coming from this room at some point, right? Or like worships to Phoenix.
Yes.
I will say, hello.
Oh my
I'm trying
God.
to look non-threatening. Sorry, like I don't have my bow out or like ready to shoot him or kill him or anything. I'm gonna say hello.
Okay. It kind of doesn't really move much, but he doesn't like, he's not startled or anything. He kind of just rises and turns.
Were you the one worshiping Phoenix?
It's just kind of looking at you. And it doesn't respond to that question. And it says, "Where did you come from?"
This is Lord. Sorry, what's the? Is it Lord Santos, right? Lord Santos is throwing a party,
I'm aware.
so I'm here for the party.
Well, I don't recognize you.
Oh, I'm part of Lord Canathos's retinue.
And I've never heard of a Lord Canathos.
Oh. I'll shrug and say, "Who are you? Are you the master of this house?"
He kind of like scoffs a bit and says, "I'm the master of the entire lineage here."
Do I take that to be he's the head honcho here?
Kind of like raises himself up even taller than he really is, and he proclaims, "I am Vokmarishan Xantos, and you aren't welcome here. I'm gonna need you to roll initiative."
Okay.
Can I get a spelling on his first name?
26. Oh, I didn't have my token in it, so it's a 26.
When did I get disconnected? Holy shit! What happened?
Oh.
Perfect time to get back. Welcome back.
Literally,
What's his name?
I heard the stealth roll, and I don't remember leaving.
Okay,
Oh, I must have AFK'd out. No.
we'll roll his initiative.
Can you just catch up in the last like 3 minutes?
Sure.
Yes.
Alex, go ahead. I have to.
Yeah, that's I figured. Acrius has been sneaking around, snuck into a back chamber, saw the big scary skeleton dude that you see in chat, and started trying to talk to him and was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, are you the master of the house?" He's like, "I'm the master of the whole goddamn lineage." And it's like, "Why are you here?" It's like, "Oh, I'm with Canthos." It's like, "I don't know who the fuck Canthos is. You're not welcome here." And so now they're rolling for initiative. Let me know if I missed anything, Tommy.
No, that sounds about right. I gotta roll again and give myself a 26. Spooky.
Um. Okay. So he has just threatened you with saying that you don't belong here.
Okay. So I'm getting the impression he's about to destroy me.
Um.
But I think
He's,
he's going to attack. Like, he doesn't
he
want
is
to.
not friendly to you right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk anymore. Okay. I'll cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
And then go to town, just try to shoot him.
Frank,
Uh,
we should be on the initiative too, right? For when we start hearing things, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm
I guess you all should roll initiative.
assuming as soon as he casts a single spell, it's just gonna like mayhem's gonna. That's my guess, but who knows?
Okay, Valtos.
All right.
Okay. I guess I'll add in the guards.
And
As we
everyone in this
go.
room.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
could this happen to me?
Okay. Sure. You hunters mark him.
Yeah.
You shoot him. Right?
I shoot him a bunch. Yeah.
All right. Do that.
That was Link's Hunter's Mark. Okay. All right, I'm gonna shoot 3 times. 24, 18, 16, Franklin.
Sure. So that's 40, 58.
It's more than this. I just don't want to make sure they all hit.
So let's see. 24 will hit him. The 16 will not hit. 24 will hit him. 18 will hit him. 16 will not.
Okay. So he takes 8, 12. 12 plus 14 is 26. 26 plus 10 plus 3. So 39.
Takes 39. Sure.
39. Force damage. Sorry, I don't know if this is even relevant, but
Might be. Let me check.
Wait, what part's force damage?
uh,
It is not. It is not relevant. So
I
that is
have the bill. Remember, I took the upgrade.
So Pearson doesn't work anymore?
We said that because for stupid reasons it wouldn't make sense. Because Frank said
Okay.
it would be a dead option for me.
Yeah, rules is written, it wouldn't, but that's dumb, so it's gonna work.
yes, it works.
Okay. Hit him with all those. Let's see you look. Angry, really hurt, crazy. He's still like
9
what's
plus the 4 plus the 8. You said
39 total.
total. Okay. He kind of like takes it. He kind of recoils a bit, and he holds up a hand. So he hasn't said anything. There has been no raise of alarm or anything like that.
Right. I was assuming nothing.
Party is still going on. So Voltos,
I'm just
Your
sitting here
turn
doing my thing.
is
Yep.
where it is. His turn. He kind of like almost floats up to you with his hand extended. And he does the following. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
I need a Constitution saving throw. You succeed.
Is this Finger of Death?
This is not Finger of Death.
Damn.
Oh, that's an attack roll.
What do I feel, Frank? What do I
you-
feel? What?
So let's see. He hits you. He does this much damage. So
Ugo
Not
is
plus
typing.
anything. What'd you say?
Ugo is typing. I love seeing that.
Does it work? Yeah. You take 9 damage.
Okay. What do I feel?
You feel very, very cold upon his hand just reaching out and touching
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
You feel extraordinary cold just go through you.
Sound loud, or was it just kind of still a little bit quiet for now?
Say again?
Did it sound loud, or still kind of quiet for now?
No, this is quiet. He didn't like yell or anything.
Yeah.
He's fine. Or he like just kind of came up to you.
Yeah. He's testing the waters a bit. It seems like okay.
Yeah. He's he kind of just lets that happen. And then his turn's over. I guess back to you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want them to be able, if you want like on their turns for them to RP in the house, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Well, that'd be 6 seconds of RP.
It's 6 seconds in theory, right?
Oh, right. Okay. I'll bonus action disengage. Stand up here. Well, over here. I don't really know. And then shoot him.
Sure.
Before before you calculate any of this, I have to roll concentration on Hunter's Mark. And how do I roll the DC for that?
It's a con save.
Save. And what's the DC?
It's 10 or half the damage you took, whichever is higher.
So I lose Hunter's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then I roll Frank. I'm assuming both of these hit 21, 29.
Those will both hit.
16 plus 11.
So 21, 29. So here's what happened. Actually, I think I have to do it like this. 21. Your arrow flies true for the first shot. And as it's kind of like going towards him, he like lifts a hand and it kind of deflects a bit.
Okay.
Then 29 like hits him straight in the shoulder. And he like lets out like
17.
He takes what? 17?
Yeah, because he takes the second sneak attack then. I recognize that as the shield spell, right? Because I've seen Valtos do it a bunch. Okay. And I'll say, "Why are you attacking me?" And then pass my turn.
In response to that, he kind of looks at you and says, "You were not invited to my manor. You were not invited to my place of business. This is a happy event. Rare. Why are you here ruining it?" And, he... Sure. When he does that, he kind of, like, looks directly at you. It's almost as if he's looking directly into your soul. DC 18 Wisdom.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, good.
What did I feel?
Dominate person?
You felt a level of dread. Say again, Alex?
I was guessing dominate person.
Felt a level of dread deep inside. With the fact that you're still, like, not cowering in front of him, he, Oh, sure. The fact that you're not cowering directly in front of him, he, suddenly says, "I've had enough of this." And he, disappeared.
I didn't see him cast anything, right? He just kind of vanished, or did he?
He goes to cast something. And he disappears from in front of you.
Okay. I saw him cast 2 spells, which freaked me out. And then... Okay.
The rest of the group, you suddenly see this gaunt, undead-looking thing appear in a chair at the front of the table.
Okay.
The band stops playing, and everyone's kind of very, like, taken aback by the sudden entrance here. And he, like, looks across the table, and he says, I need to speak with Lord Canathos, please.
I will turn and say, yes, presenting Lord Canathos of House Badger, and I'll give a bow and direct my hand out to Canathos.
Okay. His turn's over. Canathos, for the sake of this, you're next on the initiative. You're next on the.
Okay.
He has addressed you in person. He has addressed you by name.
Yep.
Random scary man. And the band has stopped playing and a silence has come over the room. How do you proceed?
So, yes, hello. I'm Lord Kennethos of House Badger. And, may I presume that you are Lord, what the fuck is his name? Lord of House Xantos? I regret that we've never met in person.
He holds a finger out to you and he says, "You think you can come into my house, my home, on this joyous day, bringing a demon on Erebos' behalf to reap me back from where I came?"
Oh, I must apologize. You see,
You must
he's,
have.
yeah,
I
allow my
start to
seneschals
interrupt.
explain.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You must have run into our poor friend Acreus. He was, yes, once from Erebos, of course, but he has since redeemed himself and learned new ways under the guidance of Phaenax. He is, but by no means your enemy. By no means here to send you back. If anything, he is very pro Risen and one who appreciates your position here. But did you get into an altercation with him? He can be a little dumb.
It could be a perception check.
Well, I was gonna say you probably see arrows sticking out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Element OP. All right. 8.
I would say I'd give you advantage, but you really don't need it for it. You can see an arrow clearly sticking out of his shoulder.
Then I'll say I can see, judging by your appearance, that you've already run into Acris. Again, I must apologize. He's very dumb and easily startled. But trust me, he's good. He's a worshiper of Phaenax. Certainly the type of person you'd want in your back pocket or your home. Trying to smooth things over.
What are you measuring? What are you measuring?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hashtag wizard things.
You're
Canathos' turn.
checking counterspell range, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the most owl thing ever.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not a bad thing to do. So he kind of like sits down into his chair and he kind of like puts his hands together and he looks around and he says, "Well, it's not in the best taste for me to harm guests." He like does air quotes to that.
And of course, if you could direct me in the direction of Acris, I can explain some reason to him. And again, I must apologize.
I'm sure he'll be with us any moment now.
But which direction is he coming from? Just so I can head him off. I worry for him.
If you want, Frank, I can bust through the door. But we're still in initiative, so we can still wait. And
Sure.
Did you hear the first part of what I said?
No.
No,
No.
what'd you say?
I said, are we still in order?
That's what I was wondering too.
Yes, we're still in order.
Okay, I'm back at the. I'm still there.
So Poggles would go. Poggles, if you wish to take an action during this conversation, you can.
I asked him what he did to what did you do to Acreus? Where is Acreus?
Your friend has quite the constitution, I'll give him that. Not many can, well, resist my touch, as it were. Upon hearing that, these two guys kind of like look at each other and they look a bit nervous. He was in my private quarters, as it is. one of the nobles here kind of shouts. He's like, my lord, I'm sure you're very well aware that none of us who had anything to do with this. This is the first time I've heard of Lord Canathos, as it is.
One more time, where is Acreus?
He's, like I said, he's in my private quarters.
Is he alive?
No, normally I would say no, but in this situation, yes.
Zelkos gives a very noticeable sigh of relief, whether he wants to or not.
Alright. I don't like this guy. Well, I'm gonna do a perception test to see if I believe him.
Insight.
Insight.
Yep. Yeah, I meant. Okay, wrong one.
Yeah, he's not lying to you. You can very clearly tell he's not lying to you. Acreus is alive.
He also seems just annoyed enough to have actually hung out
Encountered
with him.
Acreus, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot him with a guiding bolt.
Well, my God.
I kind of want to.
We're gonna fucking TPK.
Okay, I won't.
Charles, here's my answer to that. Do what Poggles would do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The answer is you always, in a situation like this, do what Poggles would do. If
I
Poggles,
think Acreus is alive. I'm not gonna start shit.
I mean, Acreus has already kind of done some interesting stuff.
Zelkos, would you like to take any hostile action?
No, I would assume my turn was spent with that long back and forth.
Sure. We come back to Acreus's turn.
I'm gonna do a quick look around to see if there's anything valuable in this room.
Yeah, there's a golden mask on the altar that you're standing on.
Okay, I'll take that. Yoink.
Yep.
I'll throw it in my backpack. I still have no indication that my friends are inside, correct? Or do I?
I have zero indication.
Well, he can't hear the music. That there's a
hear the
party
band
going on.
Yeah,
He knows the
The
party's going
band
on.
stopped.
So you know the party is going on. You know that there's a band that was playing, and I will say that you have since heard the band stop playing after Othmarish and Tele.
Oh, bonus action dash? Can I do that as a level 1 rogue? No? Yes?
Level 2 rogue, yeah.
I'm only level 1 rogue.
Then no.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As my action... Wait, is picking up the mask an action?
Wait, can goblins dash?
Disengage. Ooh. Disengage and hide.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, let's say picking up the mask is a free action. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm just gonna dash and I'll open the door. And I'll go, hello, Zelkos. I'll say hello, Zelkos, and open the door, and then...
Can I spend my reaction to say, put the bow down?
Your name is not Zelkos. Holy fuck, this guy is such an idiot.
Attacks me, and I won't shoot him, but I'll point to him.
He points back and says, "The guest of honor has arrived."
I'll bow, and then put my bow away.
All these nobles are very, very scared.
Okay. That's everything. That's my action, movement, and everything.
Okay. Let's say, for the sake of this, I'm gonna dispatch this turn here. Because it seems like you're trying to disengage the situation.
I don't know what Acreus
Right?
is trying to do, but I don't think any of us are trying to fight.
Acreus-
De-escalation.
You're trying to de-escalate the situation, right? And Voltos is in the corner with his trigger finger ready.
Is ready too.
Yeah, the two bodyguards are on high alert.
I can get the whole room with a fireball.
High alert for Poggles.
Oh, I'll whisper to Zelkos and Canathos. He knows that you're not supposed to be here, and then that's it.
Either of you want to respond to that, or
No, I'm just politely
numerous graphic
politely
fantasies of murdering Acreus.
yeah, I've got my hand on Acreus' shoulder, and I'm politely smiling at our host.
Okay. I'm still looking at this guy to see if he.
And I'm ready to grab if I need to.
Oh, I'll say that guy also tried killing me. I'll point to the guy.
It's his home. He has the right to do so if you're going through his private quarters, Acrius.
I heard him praying to Phoenix, and I wanted to talk to him about Phoenix, and then he opened up on me.
You see?
He's just looking at you. A lot of the other nobles are also looking at you. He kind of like motions to the band, and they start playing again. At which point in time, he kind of stands up again, and he says, "Well, I think we can all agree we've had a fine, fun evening so far. How's about we all sit down for some dinner? Yes?"
Yes,
Point.
and as an act of
Goodwill.
apology, I would love to go back in the kitchen and cook with your cooks.
I'm behind him and I'm shaking my head out of his vision range.
He responds with, "Oh, heavens no, I would never allow a guest to slave away in the kitchen."
Ah, well, thank you, my lord. And I'll just go take a seat at a table, and I'll snap my fingers and say, "Can I have some wine?"
He points to me, he's like, "No, down the table." Lord Varden like looks at you and is like, the other way, son. No, this guy's like, "That's my seat." This guy's like, "Okay," and Valkyrishan's like, "You know what? That's fine." And then he points to the two people in the back. "I assume you two are also not supposed to be here."
Oh, Poggles and Veltos?
Yes.
Yeah, they are part of my retinue. You should have no trouble with them.
He says, "Well, I guess that makes you a +4 then."
Regrettably, yes.
I'm gonna raise my hand, staring at this guy.
He looks at you.
Why do you have all these skeleton guards that don't respond to anything?
"Those are my servants."
Okay, that was my only question.
He kind of like motions. Everyone's like, "Come, sit," and everyone kind of like maneuvers to their place.
I will sit down.
Two look very upset, seeing as how they were bumped down. Kind of file in right there next to you, Canathos. And then he motions to you two in the back, and he says, "Well, come, sit down. Technically, the laws of this land state I can't kill you when I've invited you here or at a party, so you are my guests for the evening."
Xenia.
Where's Poggle sitting?
He looks over at Poggles. "And you?"
You guys switch to the arrow on top. There you go.
All right.
He kind of says, "Well, I guess that's unorthodox, but..." Right. He kind of like holds up his hand and he like whisks it around. And then a couple of skeletons kind of file in and start like putting plates down on the table. And he says, "Tonight you'll all be able to feast of the finest foodstuffs of Theros. Whether you need to or not," and he like looks down at the two lords at the far end of the table who are clearly risen, and he like lets out a chuckle, and they also kind of begrudgingly let out a chuckle, even though they were now forced down a couple minutes. And yeah, that kind of occurs, or that occurs, as it were. Here's a question I have for you guys. We can keep going, and we can maybe engage in combat this evening, depending what you guys do, or we can call it here as like this is where we pick up next time. Dinner was just served. What happens next happens next. Up to you guys.
We're enjoying a nice meal.
I'm down
Well
for
done,
either.
well
It's
said.
certainly not a bad stopping point, but
I understand people didn't want to play late, but it's up to you guys. I can stop if you guys want to stop.
Yeah, I think if we go any further, it's just gonna be rushed or it's gonna be dragged on.
yeah, then I think it's a great,
Yeah, it's
like you
fine.
said, it's a great stopping point narratively.
Yeah.
Like this is like a weird chapter close kind of, where begrudging dinner is starting. But
So
yeah, I'm good to stop here. I can keep going. So if we want to stop, we can.
if we
Yep.
next session would be the 30th.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to know when we're playing next,
I think the 30th. Yeah, I'm certainly game for that.
because you said you can't play on Monday, right, Charles?
I cannot play this Monday, unfortunately.
Sure. And
It's also WoW Day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna want to play during
things
the
kind
week.
of
I'm
Say
not
again?
gonna want to play during the week next week because Shadowlands comes out.
yeah. So I would say Monday's weird because I think Shadowlands actually releases on Monday.
Correct.
23rd. Yeah.
Yeah. So even if Charles was here, I would take time away to play this, but
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna want to play some Shadowlands, when it's
What
out,
time is it
especially if I'm going home for.
Comes out 6 p.m. Monday.
Yeah, so
Eastern?
it'll probably be
Eastern.
it'll probably
yeah,
be
6
very
Eastern.
difficult to play that evening, but some of us might get in.
So yeah, I also don't want to be playing much next week because Shadowlands, and B, I may or may not be going home on